Buddy, just trying to Facebook camera a little bit. This is your metaphysical advisor, Montre Bible, just doing a tarot chat. I'm going to do a reading on some current topics and also talk to you some things that have been on my mind. If you're watching live, great. Be sure to hit the like button. If you're watching it after I record it and post it, hit that like button, please, and show me some love. I'm trying to give YouTube more of my time and be a little bit more committed to this craft and share my thoughts without getting what's the word, banned. Hopefully, my music's not too loud. Let me clear the energy though. Just clear those essences. Clear up all things. Protect the energy. And give inspiration for what you want the world to hear. Wow. I can almost see those vibrations. Let me make sure my phone is on no notifications. Hopefully no notifications. Alright guys. Still working with this phone and everything. So today is Tarot Tuesday. I want to try to implement more programs on my channel so you engage. If you're members, you can chat on here and ask personal questions. If you're not a member, I'm just going to talk about general questions for the collective. Also, I'm being a little bit more dedicated to creating more posts daily for my members, the Children of the Sun. So I apologize if I haven't. I get caught up in my life. But I've learned, okay, let's use technology and not always work so hard. So I'm trying to schedule posts so that you guys can have it every day, my thoughts and my readings on every personal day. So that's what you get for personal readings. Personal readings are pretty cool. Not personal readings, I'm sorry, daily readings. I do weekly readings and monthly readings, but I'm going to start doing the dailies just for members because it's just a card. But I do that for myself, and I think lately I've been like, I just didn't want to do it for myself. I didn't want to do it for myself because sometimes it's like knowing too much is hard enough. And sometimes I don't want to know. And especially when you're a person who has a gift, you can see parts of the future, or, you can predict things, or you have your intuition is very strong. It gets frustrating because especially if it's something you don't want to see or you don't want to hear about. You're like, I want to try to avoid this situation. And I mean, maybe that's why you can't avoid things. The universe wants to warn us before things happen. So I'm always like, sometimes I just get to the point where I don't even want to know. I don't want to read the tarot. And I'm like, no, I'll just kind of enjoy this moment. This is what gets me back to this point. Letting go of things that we like. This week's energy was about releasing energy because we are in the waning moon. And it was about releasing things that no longer serve us, that no longer help us. Or just trying to move on to things that can help you. I mean, you may enjoy what situation you're in. You may enjoy a job that you're doing. You may enjoy a person that you're doing. But that doesn't mean that's the best place for you to be. Maybe there's something better. And not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with the job or the situation, but, excuse me, there may be a time where the universe does want you to grow and move on to a new state. And I was thinking, what did I want to talk about? What did I want to focus on? And the Eight of Cups came up. And the Eight of Cups it's all about moving on to something higher. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to bigger things. And I believe as a collective, we are all moving towards something higher, something bigger, trying to expand our consciousness. We'll realize there's always an opposite energy. There's an opposite energy that of people who don't want to expand their consciousness. They just want to kind of go with whatever's happening. Okay, we're leaving the age of Pisces and moving into the age of Aquarius because the ages move backwards. And the age of Aquarius is a very irrational energy. It's about, yes, we want to be different. We want to be individuals. Everybody wants a special place in this world. We are one. We are a community. But at the same time, we have to respect each other's differences. Aquarius is very about that. It's about innovative, thinking about things in a different way. It's taking spirituality and making it practical. It's practical magic. Okay? And we're starting to see a lot of this already starting to develop in our society. A lot of Aquarian things. So that's where I'm kind of at right now. It's just like I want to encourage everyone to move on to something higher, move on to a higher state of consciousness. Now, this week, I guess my homework was to you is to let go of something this week. We're almost midweek. Tomorrow's Wednesday, hump day, and it's about letting go of some idea that you had in your head. Not to say that you don't like that idea, but to let go. And I think it's dealing with conscious loss versus allowing the universe to make something happen where you actually have to let go, where you have to lose something. But this is conscious losing, like letting go of something, like allowing a part of yourself to be gone. And what can you accept that is lost in your life? You know, even if you find that it's very valuable. You know, and this could be different things. It could be a person, thing, place, person, thing, any kind of noun. You know, it could be a habit that you do. It could be something that you enjoy doing, and you're like, okay, but it's not beneficial for you. It could be a person that's not beneficial for you. It could be, like I said, a situation, a job, a friend that you talk to. That person's always negative. So we're focusing on letting go of things. What is that thing you want to let go of? Okay. Shout out to everyone in the room. I do see you there. The chat is open for members and for people, personal readings. We're doing personal readings for just everybody, just personal reading for members only. So you can join for that, and there's other perks that I will also give to members on a daily basis. As for generally, we're just going to be talking about certain things, and I'm going to do some readings on the world to kind of get an idea where the world is going. Sometimes I do these readings by myself and I don't share it, and then things happen. But, you know, I think I would rather do this with you guys, and so at least we have some type of record to see that these things are happening or not. Otherwise, I'll be like, oh my God, I knew that was going to happen. And I'm like, well, I didn't tell anybody. But I really am interested, like in your own personal life, really focus on what you are letting go of. What are you going to let go to become better? You have to, I see it like this bird that's kind of weighted down, and maybe like a meal that this bird has grabbed, like, you know, and it grabs something. But the thing that it grabbed to eat is too heavy, and it's weighing the bird down. And if the bird doesn't drop this thing, the bird is going to fall out of the sky. You are this bird, and you picked up something to eat. And while it may be tasty, you think maybe I can get this back to my nest, you realize that this thing is too heavy, and if you don't let it go, you're going to fall into the ocean, you know, trying to take something home to eat that is just too big, you know. So what is stressing you out that you can let go of this weekend? That's what I think you need to focus on, okay? Focus on letting go of things and releasing energy that it's just too heavy. And there's an alternative. There's always an alternative. And I tell you guys this. There's there's always choices. You have a choice on what happens after you let something go. You say, I'm gonna let go of this idea, I'm gonna let go of this person, let go of this situation, this event. And once you do that, you start seeing the alternatives. Sometimes we can't see the alternatives while we're in a situation, and thinking, okay, I'm just focused on this thing. When you are focused on something, you're not going to see alternatives. It's only when you stop focusing on that thing. It doesn't mean that you don't want to do that thing anymore. Eight of Cups, when I pull the Eight of Cups is always things that we enjoy. It's not that you don't enjoy or you don't love this thing. It's just that you have to move on for your own betterment. And you can't even see how better your life will get until you let these things go. Okay? You cannot see how good your life is going to get, how much better your life is going to get until you let a certain something in your life go, even though you enjoy it. So that's that's a message by itself right there. And then once you start seeing the alternatives, you're like, what? You mean I can? Wow. You start seeing your options. And a lot of times we get into situations and we think there are no options. That's the biggest lie in the universe, that you have no options. The universe is nothing but options. We live in the multiverse, as they keep talking about, and they keep letting you know that we live in the multiverse. We live in options. That if you look around, you have several timelines that you can walk. You can have several timelines you can go through. You just have to make that choice to decide what timeline do you resonate with. You don't like something, change what you're doing. You don't like a situation, change what you're doing. So this gets back to how the world is. So I want to pull cards, and my intention is to pull cards on the state of the world. And we have choice. And I never want people to think that, especially people who watch me. I never want you to think that, oh, look, the world is getting so bad. There are certain things in this world that have already been destined, which is why I don't even put my intentions on anything. There's a certain destiny that this world as a collective has to go through. That, yes, there are going to be times where it's going to seem really bad. And I already told you, I already predicted that there was going to be some economic collapse or something. The thing is, how is that going to affect you? Is that going to be bad for you? Maybe not. It'll be bad for the rest of the world that's kind of hooked into the system and this and that. And I want to guide you to a state where not only are you spiritually free, but you're mentally free. And then you'll find that everything else in your life, you'll be like, oh my God, how am I just navigating through this? Because you have to almost, in an Aquarian way, if we talk about the Aquarian age, it's about disconnect. It's about being a part of the community, but still disconnecting enough where you don't allow things to emotionally affect you. Pisces energy, the age of Pisces, we are emotionally affected by everything. It's emotions just everywhere. We get emotionally affected by this, we're going to strike out, we're going to cancel something. We're emotionally affected by religion, we're emotionally affected by how we feel about this politics, we're emotionally affected. People are doing everything out of emotions. And I'm a Pisces, I know, I'm a Pisces. But at the same time, I'm an Aquarius moon, so I always think, what am I feeling? And having lived with both of those energies in my life, the Aquarian age is very going to be about rationalizing your emotions, rationalizing how we feel about certain topics, people, things, the world, and saying how this not only pertains to me but the whole world. What is my place in society? Everybody has to have a function. Now I see this in good and bad. I see two different worlds creating where socialization is becoming a thing. So I mean, we've grown up with the life. Well, not everybody, but I've grown up with the life of social media. Kermit, you said you're angry at the world. Yes, it's really easy to be angry at the world because there's a lot of stupid things happening in the world. But like I said, it's destined to happen. There's nothing that I don't think it's already been ordered. I feel like this world is just what it is. You know, there's a lot of old stuff that's been going on in the world for a very long time, and there's been a lot of powers that have been ruling this world. And when we say powers, we mean not only on the human level, but on the spiritual level. Come on, mister, come here. I know you need attention. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Don't stand over there. Come here. You're just staring at me. Oh my gosh. But the questions I wanted to ask, because this is what I'm seeing, and this is why I want to share this with you guys. I really feel like we are moving into this socialism world, like seriously. And what happens, because I did a post on Facebook and I was talking about, I said, you have one group over here that wants free rent. Like they're trying this eviction thing and stuff like that. Like the evictions, the being on lockdown for a long period of time caused a lot of people who want to lose money. So a lot of people got behind in rent, or they weren't paying their rent, or whatever, for whatever reason. I mean, there was unemployment, but still, people weren't paying their rent. I don't get it. Now that most of the lockdowns in the United States are done, just to kind of clear people up and catch people up, there's still people who are not paying their rent. And I mean, if the government wants to, they can go ahead and relieve this. Just go ahead and get some. They gave it what was it? Some money, a stimulus for everybody. But yet somehow the property people, the landowners or the landlords didn't get any kind of money, or I don't know what's going on. But anyways, people don't have their rent paid. Landlords are still being refused to charge rent for in some places. I don't know about that. I live in Texas. I think you can still get evicted here. Anywho, what I think is going to happen, and there's a lot of people trying to keep this ban. I think in some places the ban is not holding up. But what I see is a push and a pull for people to have government living. And we have it to an extent. You have welfare, you have government projects and stuff. But people are more accepting to this kind of idea where we should all just have a basic income. The government should provide housing for everyone and whatever. I'm more so on the line, and this is probably the most conservative thing. You need to work or you don't eat. And that's just how I was raised. If you don't work, you don't eat, you know. I mean, everybody has their opinion. If you think the government should provide housing, a general wage for everyone, and whatnot. And I think schooling is going to change too, but that's a whole other subject. And then there's the healthcare, general healthcare. Healthcare, I'm kind of for general healthcare. I think some things need to be provided for people because healthcare can get expensive. That's another subject. Healthcare should probably be way cheaper than it is. I think it gets jacked up a lot. Canada is trying to do a general wage for everyone, like everybody gets like $1,000 or something like that, $1,000 a month. And at first, I was cool with the idea because what was it, Andrew Wang, when he was running for president, that sounded really good. I was like, whoa, he's talking about how much a month? He might get my vote. And then I thought, well, we just got to pay for that. Everybody, there's no such thing as free money, right? There's no such thing as free money. And I was thinking, well, we got to pay for that for other people. And there's going to be people that's always going to take advantage of stuff, you know. And I've gone through a lot of financial heartache too, but I get my ass up and I say, okay, I can make it and I can do it. I'll take some welfare groceries for a month, whatever, if things get bad. But I'm an able-bodied person. I know how to make money. I'm gonna go out there and try to make some money. You know, you thrive. Yeah, exactly. You thrive, you survive, and you try to do better. That's what I'm talking about. Is like always trying to do better. I think if people get into they want the government to do everything for them. They want the government to give them home. They want the government to give them food. They want government to give them a check. You're just basically going to be a slave, and it's creating a slave mentality, and that's the worst. Because I'm gonna give you an example. I got on unemployment in California, lost my everything, and I was like chilling. I was like, cool, I can get this money. I'm chill, but I was young too, and I was still kind of looking for a job, but not that hard. Now, when that money drained up, or when they audited me, because the government can do that, they can say, hey, are you doing anything? They can stop your money. And here's the thing. If the government has control of everything you do, your livelihood, and your money, they can tell you what to do. They can control your behavior. They can say, hey, if you don't do X, Y, Z, we cutting off that MONEY. Well, that ain't right. X, Y, Z. If you don't do X, Y, Z, we're cutting off that money. Okay, that rhymes. Okay, that's better. Write that down. So, you can't be a free spirit if you haven't the government take care of everything. Just point blank. You can't. It doesn't. It's not. There's nothing about that. You want to, and I'm not saying live off the grid, because I have some associates, some spiritual associates that are like, I'm gonna live off the grid or whatever. If you can, go for it. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can go to South America and live off of nothing. You know, some of us have family and we want to be in the city. So living in amongst everything, which I think is going to be a challenge, because, like I said, in some states they have these rules of what you can and can't do, and these rules in this state of what you can and can't do. You know, you got to figure out, how are you going to manage that? How are you going to control your life without being controlled by the entire whatever? Some men in suits saying what you can and can't do. Okay? So, my question, what I was going to ask the cards about was about socialism, and is the United States moving towards socialism? And I was going to just do that reading by myself, and I was just going to, but I want to share that with you guys to see. The United States moving towards socialism. That's a no. That's a yes. That's a yes. And that's the Fool card. Is the United States moving towards socialism? The Fool card is reversed. This is 2 no's because it's a major arcana card. This is people not willing to jump over that cliff. This is people who are opposite. These are people who are against it. Right now, our country is split down the middle. People who want socialism and people who don't. The Fool card reverse says these people are like, no, I'm probably part of that group. 5 of Swords. This is a yes. This is people who are willing to sacrifice whatever to get something that they want. It's 5 of Swords. 3 of Wands. Waiting. There seems to be some type of waiting period right now. The decision hasn't been made where the United States is going to go in regards to socialism. Okay? As America is too into capitalism for socialism. Kermit just posted that. I agree with you. Yes, we have a lot of capitalists. We're very rooted in capitalism, is in make your money and rule it. And we have a lot of corporations. I agree with you, Kermit, that that energy, and because that's that major arcana card, that energy is much more stronger than the other energy, but it's still 2 against 2 on this reading. This equals 2, and this equals 2. So it's still a maybe, so I don't think it's decided. So you still have a large group of people who may not have as much power. They may not be corporations as they are now, but let's think of it like social media. Social media, there are parts of socialism that are good, I will admit. It allows us to make money and become powerful just by, like, say, social things and sharing things and stuff like that. That's the whole social media thing. The capitalism and the corporate stuff comes like, okay, well, YouTube runs this, Google runs YouTube, so we're still be kind of controlled by capitalism. It may always be like that in the United States, until one entity takes more strength. But I agree with you, Kermit, that it may not be ever a complete socialist society. He says you were talking about healthcare. This is leaning toward more corporate than humanity. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Now, like I said, with socialism and socialized medicine, yeah, that's a little different. I kind of agree with it, and I kind of don't. I think social medicine should be available for those who want it. I don't think it should be across the board. We're in a social medicine society. You don't have a choice. I think social medicine should be a choice of, do you want it? It's here for you if you want it. You don't have to pay for it. Uh, Public versus private medicine, kind of like public school versus private school. And I think we're kind of almost there, but uh, medicine is very expensive. But even when you get there, like, public school is not that great versus putting your kid in a private school. You know, I think that's what would probably happen. You have public hospitals. I mean, yeah, they're kind of bad now, but imagine just a public social hospital. It probably would not be that great, but because it's just paid for by the state, whatever, you can go in and do whatever. Uh, Versus saying, hey, well, I got a job, I got money, I'm gonna give me some private health care, maybe give me some better medicine. But like I said, we're always gonna have poor with this. We're always gonna have poor people and people who don't make enough money. But I don't know. That's social medicine. What I'm more concerned with also is corporate socialism, where they're controlling every aspect of our lives, like social living, everything. Okay, Kermit says, yeah, private schools needs that donations to thrive. Yes, they need people with money. Hold up, what are you saying? Do they go for the monetary help? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Private schools are for people with money, and so they are supported by people with money. So the well-to-do have to support their own system. They have to have their own thing going on, which I don't care. I think that should be, my personal opinion, is that I think people should have the opportunity to open up their own systems. If you have if you have a new town, you should have the opportunity to open your private police system, That's my dog. You hear my dog. Gentrification example, social control. Gentrification, Lord have mercy. That's just, the money comes in and just kind of takes over. I'm not quite sure how that relates to socialism, though. So we got half and half with socialism. What else have I asked? What else have I seen? What's going on with Afghanistan? I don't know how to even ask that question, but it's been on my mind. It's because Afghanistan all of a sudden is just in the news all the time. Kermit, control your ADD. Let's see. What's a good question for Afghanistan? Don't take a chance. Okay, we got that already. I'm gonna ask: is it a distraction for something else? Because I kind of sense that. Is all this news on Afghanistan a distraction? Maybe you're trying to distract us from something. Because it's like blowing up my news feed, and I don't even watch the news. It's a distraction for something else. Afghanistan. No. That's a no. That's a no. No, no distraction. They just want us to pay attention. So we got the Eight of Wands, slowing down. America's slowing down, trying to get away from this stuff. Eight of Cups. This is a moving away from something, but something that going back towards something that you left behind. So this is a project, obviously, that America's been like weak. Like what I'm seeing in here is that America really wasn't focused on Afghanistan. And that's why we have to go back and finish up something that we didn't finish or wasn't going to get finished. We stepped away from this project, Eight of Cups reverse. It said, oh, we probably need to go back and deal with this. So what's going on? It's not a distraction. It's just some unfinished business that I had to deal with. Princess of Cups. This is this is a very realistic goal here. This pops up as we had a vision of what we wanted to do in Afghanistan. Now we're kind of realistic about the future and say, probably not going to happen. What I'm seeing is that there were some intentions that the United States had, some lofty intentions for Afghanistan. Then they, somewhere in the middle, I don't know, because we were there 20 years, the focus got off of Afghanistan. It was like, this ain't happening. Then it's let's be realistic. We're not doing this no more. This is not a passion of ours. Let's go towards something else. Yeah. Knight of Wands, leaving quickly. We were passionate about it, but we ain't passionate about it anymore. I'm thinking this probably has to do with a lot with money. And there was like, what are we doing all our spending on? Afghanistan? Did we get our return on investment being there? No. All right, let's head on out of there. So it's not a distraction. I think they're just trying to let everybody know it's like we're not investing money in that situation anymore. God knows, 20 years they lost a lot of money. Depends on what they were there for. What were we in Afghanistan for? I'm gonna pull one card and see if I can get some clarity on that one. What were we really in Afghanistan for? Ooh, Five of Swords. Five of Swords pops up again. Winning at all costs. Making a sacrifice to get something. Could be some spiritual stuff. United States, are we doing some spiritual stuff in Afghanistan? Look at this. This guy is sitting on a pinnacle. He's trying to conjure something. He's trying to conjure something up. He's trying to win. Wanting to win at all costs. Making sacrifices in order to win. That's some scary shit. Oh my goodness. Clarify that, please. I was getting stuffed up. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we're trying to create something new. Trying to create something. Thank you, Melissa. I really appreciate that. Trying to create something new. I was scared of what? You're scared of what? Force my life. What does that mean, Kerwin? What are you talking about? Kerwin, you have a question? Oh my gosh. My nose is so stuffed up. Kerwin, think of a question and I will go for it. Let's see. So we talked about socialism. Talked about Afghanistan. We talked about our personal lives and what we need to let go. And letting go of things this week. What are some pop things, some pop news things? I'm gonna look on the first thing to say on Google. Cause you know they try to put algorithms and shit. Oh, my nose. I had to get my nasal spray. Let's go to Twitter. Let's see what Twitter is talking about. I love some good gossip. Some good online gossip. I'm just like a free spirit dude. Like, I tried, I'm on some new psychic lines now. I go by a different name. I'm on aranum.com. Is that how you say it? Aranum? I'm Brother Obi on there. And I'm just as hardcore there too. Just kidding. I'm just me. Okay. I'm trying to get into Twitter, guys. Alright, so while it's loading, alright, I just wanted to let you guys know. I do have a membership. If you have a membership, you can comment on the thing. It's really cheap. I have the daily readings that I do, and for Tuesdays, I want to do. This is a new program. Is I want to do yes or no tarots for members only. Sorry, gotta have something though for people who are actually putting their money out there. So I want to offer that as an opportunity of you guys asking yes or no questions on tarot, which is I think is cheaper than doing a reading. I have personal readings for $30. But this one is like the most pricey one for to actually ask questions on Tuesdays. Every Tuesdays, which is 4 Tuesdays. I think it's like $10. So you can do a personal reading for $30 with me for 30 minutes, or we can talk online every Tuesday for $10 a month. Also, for $2. I have the daily readings, which I haven't been quite as committed to, but I'm going to commit to, because something about my head has just changed. Like, I've all of a sudden, maybe it's the Virgo energy. I was just like, let me get to business. Let me start taking care of business, because I'm sitting here thinking, like, what am I not doing with tarot? And I said, I already have things already set up for you guys, and I just haven't been doing it myself. But that's my sister messaging me. Lord have mercy. She done got into art or something. She's drawing pictures, messaging me with art. So we all have something that we were trying to be more serious about. But yeah, I want to definitely be more committed to the people that follow me, whether it's the 4 people watching me or if it's the 30 people that watch my videos. I don't care. Like, you are my crew, and I love you guys, and you guys support what I do. So I always want to kind of keep you guys in the loop of what I'm doing, and how you can support the channel. If you don't have any money, just like the videos. Like, seriously. 30 likes on a video go a long way. Or 40 likes, or 5 likes, or 8 likes, So all of that goes a long way. So just trying to build my channel up and get it to a point where, yeah, like, it's helping people. It's helping people go to a new level. Not on a spiritual level, but on a very mundane level as well as a cosmic level. Like, we're all going there together. I do feel like the world is changing very fast, and my purpose in this life is, I already know, is to help people on a spiritual level. I'm a very spiritual guy. I've always been kind of different, and I have a lot of knowledge that I don't share with people. So I'm like, why am I just sitting on this? Because I just see stuff happen. I'm like, oh, I knew that was gonna happen. So I want to share it with you guys. and just kind of keep you guys in the loop of the stuff that hits me. So today we did the reading on socialism, and I don't see a complete pull to socialism with our country, but it'll be a split between half and half, socialism and capitalism. But that choice is still, that Three of Wands still was like, maybe we're still waiting on something. What are we waiting on? I should pull that card. What is the United States waiting on with the Three of Wands? Let's look. This is just how I live my life. The Ten of Wands. Something to end. It's almost like, and I keep telling you, I keep seeing so many crazy stuff. Because I said we're going to have some kind of economic collapse. Economic collapse. And it could be that some people are waiting for the country to fall apart before they build a new system and try to create a completely or mostly socialist society. In some instances, socialism can be good, but in some other instances, it can be bad. So you just have to kind of research that and see how, if the government controls everything, you're just being controlled. And we're controlled to an extent under capitalism too, because it's like, oh my gosh, can we ever make money if there are people who own everything? If they make it hard for other people because they make prices higher and whatever. Capitalism can be bad too. Ultimately, we need our own systems. We need to have our own systems and have the freedom to create our own systems where you don't have to rely on Amazon for everything. You do Amazon because it's convenient and because you're lazy. Be honest. You can go to the store if you want to. You can go to that mom and pop shop and buy the same thing. You know. But I'd rather sit at home and order Amazon, have them come bring it to my door. So, just be honest with yourself. Like, support your small businesses. Support those who are trying to start businesses and whatever, because that's the only way we're going to survive as a society. And you can use, there's plenty of resources online to help you get to that point. I'm always finding small business owners that are like, oh, I want to buy that. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy those cards from that person, or the crystals or whatever. You know me, I love crystals. Buy them online. Oh, speaking of which, I have a shop. I put a link to a shop. It's not my shop. It's just me referencing different things that I buy online. Speaking of Amazon, things that I buy online on Amazon. Yeah, I think there's a link in the description of the shop. Like, I think I put the Amazon shop link in there. But I get a little proceeds of that too if you purchase that. So, but one day I'll open a shop on my own. I just still kind of get to that level of, okay, these are the things I want to sell. I think everybody should have a business. Like, I don't know what business you guys are trying to create, other than you should do something other than just work, every day. You should have something where you're adding something to society. You should have your own business. This is what I'm trying to show you guys. It's like, have your thing. My thing is tarot. I'm also an artist and I'm also an author. I wrote some books. So that's my business. That's my business, even though I've been focused on just working. And I'm trying to get out of that point where depending on that job to give me my bread and butter, I'm trying to get to the point where I can just depend on myself, because I get tired of working for people, and they're criticizing me of something I didn't do. I don't know. But yeah, we need it. Yeah, we don't. So, I don't know. I don't know what kind of business are you guys trying to create or whatever. Is it spiritual or is it more practical or whatever? I don't know. But we all have our place in this world, in this society. So I encourage you to do that. Not yet. Just make a plan. We're moving into... I wanted to let you guys... I've been talking for about 47 minutes. Okay, so... we are moving into the new month. Tomorrow is September. Okay, so let me give you some clues about September. It is a universal month. Yes, month 5. Okay, September is a universal month 5. And, hold on, because I cannot see anything. Kermit, you gave me some, I was just talking. Okay, you got some questions. I'm going to, I'm just ranting. Okay, I'm going to answer your questions. Melissa, you asked a question, and Kermit, you asked a question too. Okay. As soon as I talk about this, and then I'm going to get to you guys. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. I started daydreaming. Pisces, okay? I was daydreaming. All right. Universal month 5. And month 5 is about creativity. It can be about sex too. And it's about just having fun. So September, embrace the energy of the universal month. Have fun. Get outside. Have sex with anybody. I don't care. 5 months are just like romance. Be romantic. If you have somebody, do a little extra to be romantic and bring just a little something else into go on a picnic. Just romance. 5 is about romance. So I see it more like childlike love, like crushing love, like Disney love. Like do something really super romantic on September. If you're just missing the opportunity if you don't do it. Okay, find someone that you really care about. Let's see. So that's your 5 months. Now, if you want a personal month, well, you have to ask me personal reading. Your personal month. Okay. So Melissa, she says, will the divide in families and workplaces subside due to the facts and vax stances? Wow, that's a loaded question. Will the divide in families and workplaces subside due to the non-facts and vax stances? Melissa wants to basically know, universe, will people stop being divided on their different opinions on the vaccines? People stop being divided in friends, family on the vaccines as more facts come out. This is Melissa's question. Thank you, Melissa, for the donation. That's a yes. That's a no. That's a yes. I think mostly with the 6 of Cups, this talks about past. I think people will remember the old times. They will think like, you know what? There's more to our friendship. There's more to our family than just what's going on. 6 of Cups is always about remembering the old times. So this is about, and it's in the past. So there's always going to be nostalgia. People are always going to be like, our relationship is more than this issue. The Nine of Wands comes out and says that really people are going to I feel like people are divided right now, okay? People are very divided. These divides, with the Knight of Wands reverse, talks about people pulling down those divides, pulling down those things that divide us and keep us away. I think there's still going to be stress about it. That's not going to stop because we have the Ten of Wands here. And I'm saying that because the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is always like, hell! I think there's always going to be stress about it, but people will get over it eventually. I think the tension, what I'm sensing with this kind of energy right here is that the tension is very high. And because you have a lot of high tension, you have people like, I'm going to unfriend you. You're not a part of my family anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Whether it's what they believe in at the moment or something about the vaccines, or did you take it, did you not, or you're not my friend anymore. And it's so almost childish because like what this energy says that people will stop doing that, and they'll drop those things down. Will there still be stress about that? Yeah, they'll have to deal with that. Those relationships will have to deal with it. But the stress about the topic won't change. It's just that people realize, you know what, you're my brother, you're my sister. I don't give a fuck about that. Okay? What is the hype about crystals? Crystals have a lot of energy, especially quartz crystals. Okay, so Kermit wanted to know basically about crystals. So crystals, yes, hold a lot of energy and vibration, depending on what type of crystal you have. So I usually have quartz crystals because they're a little bit multifunctional. They're usually about purity and purifying energy. And if you get a, they give out more positive energy, mainly because they're clear. Because you think about light, and it's emitting light, it's absorbing light, and it's emitting light. Now I don't have my other crystal on me. I have obsidian, and so when you have black crystals or obsidian, it absorbs energy because black absorbs. It absorbs colors and light. So what you're doing is you wear those to absorb negative energy. So if there's negative energy in your space, you want to wear obsidian. Okay, it's like is it lava or something? I forget. Obsidian, but I have an obsidian necklace. And I don't have it on me right now because I'm at home. Okay, I'm not around people. But when I get around people, I want to wear my obsidian. So like if there's negative people, it's absorbing that energy. And then I have a quartz. Keep quartz in your pocket. Quartz is really cheap. You can get this on Etsy. I don't know. I have a whole bunch of quartz. I put them to emit and transform energy into more positive energy. So, and I have a necklace too with quartz to do that. And quartz is known to hold information too. So it's kind of like the DNA. It's kind of like us, you know. And if you ever remember Superman, he would have that crystal and he would put it into the little device, and then all of a sudden his father would talk to him and give him advice. Um, I kind of sense that crystals have a memory, so they're pretty good at like when you're praying or you're putting your intention, like put your intention to the crystal. Of course, you would probably have to clear it later on, but you know. Thank you, Melissa, for the donation. Oh my God, you guys are so great. So, that is where are we at? I only have 6 minutes, so, because I had something else I had to do at 8 o'clock. But I really appreciate you guys being here, asking your questions, giving donations, doing this tarot chat. Just good for me because I need to vent, get things out, and I don't want to hold things into myself. I don't want to be all super political and stuff like that, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion about things, and I just want to wish you guys well, no matter what you believe, you know. I mean, my family's very mixed about beliefs and very mixed in racial things too, so, you know. But we're all good. You gotta be family, and the only thing that matters is family, no matter what. That's how I was raised. The only thing that matters is family. Fuck everybody else. But aren't we all family? That's the Pisces in me. I do love you guys. I really do. And you're all children of the sun. I pray you be blessed. My intention is that my words and my actions help your life be just a little bit better. Okay? Just from what I'm learning in my life, I'm sharing it with you. I pray that my intention is that your life become a little bit better because of something I learned. Because the universe is always throwing lessons at me, and I just kind of use it and I'm like, oh, whatever. But it was like, you need to talk about it. And I'm like, okay. I don't want to, but, you know, whatever. I'm a hermit, guys. If you know me in my personal life, they'll be like, oh my God, there's Montre. He's having fun dancing at the bar by himself. I'll go out, but I'll be the guy who's dancing by himself. Dancing by myself. What's that song? Dancing by myself. I don't know. I'm the type of guy. I'll go out. Yes, I will socialize. I'm not that type of hermit. I will go out, but I'll still be like in the corner watching people, dancing by myself, doing my own thing. Then when I get tired, I go home. They were like, what happened to Montre? He didn't say bye to nobody. Because I just leave. I'm like... But I enjoy being by myself at home. And yes, I get a lot of messages about life and the universe. I don't know, maybe just the calling I have, but I usually don't talk about it. And I'm like, oh, well, that happened. So I mean, I started doing tarot readings just to help people, but also just some of the visions I just want to share them with you. If they happen, they happen. If they don't, good, because some of the stuff ain't good. I don't want to see economic collapse, but as long as I got my money, I'm good. But that's what I'm saying. I'll share this with you guys so y'all get ready, you know. And I watch other tarot readers and I watch other spiritual gurus and whatnot, and I see what they say, you know. And sometimes it lines up. So I know, right? But warning comes before destruction, and spirit only wants the best for us. And when we are told of something, we need to take that information and use it. Period. You know, when Noah or Zasudra or Atrahasis heard about the flood, you don't freak out that there's going to be a flood. You get the plans to make that boat like the gods told you to do, and you say, okay, who want to get on the boat with me? Because I heard there's going to be a flood. Anywho, that's just my message for you guys. So thanks for the donations and hearing me rant and going through the tarot. And like I said, if you guys want to be a member, go and sign up. I'm going to get daily readings. It's worth the money. And it helps me out. And hopefully I can buy a new tripod. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I am heading out of here and got to get to my next little project. You guys remember, make your reality happen, because if you don't do it, then who will? Talk to you guys tomorrow.